How's it going, guys? So this week on the PhantomCave YouTube channel, we're going to be talking about a very special comic that has only came out in the last couple of weeks. We've only seen this comic. It's only been 10 issues into the series, and of course, I have them all. I have the entire series, and the series that we're going to be talking about and the series that we're going to be reviewing today is Kid Phantom. So we have Kid Phantom number 10, and throughout the series, as a lot of fans know, there's always been, say, like Easter eggs, or like basically people who've had a big influence on the Phantom. So let's get into it. I hope you enjoy this weekend, as this weekend is basically this weekend is Father's Day in Australia. It's Father's Day on Sunday, so I'm hoping you enjoy this weekend with your family, or with fans, or with like other people that other people that are in your family circle, and let's get into it. So the Phantom story, it's basically Kid Phantom. It introduces, in the first couple of panels on the third, fifth page, it introduces bullying, which is a big sort of, I don't like, what would you say, bullying and hate speech. I don't like it. And it also introduces Kid Phantom. He goes to his new school, first school time, his first day at school, and in the fifth page, what does it look like? He beats up a big kid who's trying to associate himself with a small kid, which is probably scared and thinking, oh, I haven't done anything to you, or anything like that. There's very lot of circumstances when, say, if it's your last day or your first day at school, and it doesn't go right, and just some people, they may have a bad day, and some people may have another bad day, but then those bad days seem the worst days, and we all know where that goes. And so Kid Phantom, he comes home from school, obviously, and this Kid Phantom series is basically, it's aimed at, say, like, it's aimed at a younger audience, and with that being aimed at a younger audience, I know a lot of fans and a lot of people that have been following the series have liked it, and a lot of people that haven't been following the series and thinking it's stupid. Well, my response to that is that if you've got a comic series which is going well and people are going to respond nicely and good to it and great to it and fantastic to it, it's going to be great. But if you've got the negative people coming in and saying this isn't a great series, they should stop it, and all that sort of stuff, then they basically probably need to pull their heads in and actually give the series a go. Yeah, so that's a bit harsh from me, but it's true. So we finally get to find out, because this story was the first part was published last year in June or July, in Kid Phantom number 9, and as we all know, we've been waiting a year and a little bit, like a year and a couple of months for the second part and issue 10 to actually come out in the last week or so. So we finally get to find out the scientist, who is basically another evil villain that's in this series. There's multiple throughout the series. There's been multiple circumstances where the Kid Phantom has gone up against a lot of villains. We are talking probably pirates, people that don't give a crap about anything else, just themselves, and a lot else. But in this story, Kid Phantom, he finds out who the scientist is, which is the janitor, by the way, and by that time, Kid Phantom is lured into a trap. That trap then, he's then shot, and he's then basically shot with an arrow, which is a tranquilizer gun, and he then hallucinates and sees all the villains in one big shot. And that all these villains that we've seen the last couple of years are all pictured in this two-page splash, this two-page comic splash. So yeah, it's pretty cool how Dr. Paul Mason has actually did this. He's actually one of the artists for the series. He did the entire series, and the writer who is Andrew Constant. And Andrew Constant, he's a great person to meet at Supernova if he's there, and the same goes to Paul Mason. Great person to meet, great person to sign comics, and great person to talk to. And even great person to study art, or great person to get commissions off anyway. If you would like to get any commissions off any of the artists right now, I'll be putting their social media links and their social media stuff in the description down below. So the way the Kid Phantom realizes this is just a dream and is hallucinating basically is that his father, which is obviously the 20th Phantom, is about to kill him, but that isn't so. The actual person who's trying to kill him is actually the scientist, and he does not get away with that. Kid Phantom, as we know, the 21st Phantom, he basically punches him in the face, and by the time of that, he ties him up, finishes the story up, and at the end of it, we have a letter that has been sent from where Kid Phantom was actually staying, which we get to find out in the later parts of this series. If you haven't checked out the series, I've got a whole heap of videos that's on the Kid Phantom, and it goes through all the books, all the comics in this series, and that playlist should be up here somewhere, or I will be putting it down in the description down below. So, Kid Phantom, he writes a letter to his mother and father, basically 21st Phantom and his mother, and the father is basically really happy with his son, basically. And that's the same with, if you've got Father's Day coming up on Sunday, every father or every person that is related to you or relatives would be proud of a lot of things of you. That's a lot of things, and everything that they say or do is probably true. So the second story we have is Movie Rain, which Movie Rain is it's a character based off, I think, Gurren or something like that. It must be like a sister or nephew of Gurren. And she finds herself in a very tight spot, but then she goes to try and rescue this person who's been captured by these rogues or these rebels, but doesn't succeed the first time. And luckily she gets away. She then comes back with a lot of force, and that force is met with some elephants, a stampede of elephants. The rebels get out of the way, and what does she find out? She finds out that the person that she's actually rescuing is her father. Yeah, it's pretty sweet, pretty cool. So where does this lead to us? Guess who? Panther. The Panther is here. The Panther is in this story. How is that possible? Now, I'm just going to delve into a little bit of speculation, and the same with Chronicle Chamber, how they did a post on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and everything else. I just would like this question answered. Is the Panther going to be showing up in the giant-sized Phantom as he is right now? And is Muran actually going to be turning up in the future giant-sized Phantom issues? That's a big question that we've got to ask ourselves with this new story coming out in Kid Phantom number 10. So will that be true? Will Mary Rand be able to come into the giant-sized Phantom issues, have her own stories, and how will this develop her character, and how will this develop her separate series in the giant-sized Phantom series books? That's just a whole lot of questions, and I have no answers to that until she shows up on giant-sized Phantom, and I hope that does happen. I hope it does happen. So if you've missed out on the opportunity to basically apply for the Kickstarter that happened in the last couple of years, and we now have a very stylish, a very fantastic Phantom board game. So if you would like to buy the Phantom board game, it's basically Treasures of Dracon. And currently right now, I'm reading the Treasures of Dracon, TPB, which is trade paperback for long, and I'm reading the 4th trade paperback right now. And let me tell you, that trade paperback, the board game, is of high quality, and you can get that at phantomcomic.com.au now. And it's only first print run only, so get in quick, people. It's going to be a great experience for all Phantom fans to be able to have this board game. And as always, we were looking at the back cover. Yeah, so cool. Good job, Paul Mason. Good job, Andrew Constant. So if you would like to basically support Phantom Cave Reviews, you can do so by subscribing, liking the video so it spreads to more people, sharing the content with your friends and your family and other fans that might be interested in the Phantom. Comment down below if you liked this review, and comment down below if you've been enjoying Kid Phantom. Hopefully the series isn't ending. Hopefully we get to see more of this series. And as always, keep Phantom Caving, and we'll see you next week on the Phantom Cave YouTube channel.